stand by for manual transmission in 3, 2, 1.
Greetings, mercenaries, mech warriors, and the merely curious. Manus Dextra here with episode 5 of my complete walkthrough for Mech Warrior 5. So in this episode, we'll cover the High Reward Questline, A Cunning Decoy. As always, we'll go over the mission briefing, including any story elements first. Then we'll cover lance configuration and individual mech builds. After that, we'll do the drops, go over the scoreboard, and see how each mech performed, and I'll talk a bit about what I did right and wrong. So this is going to be my first time driving the Crusader, so I'll take the opportunity to do a bit of a review for that as well. So check the description for timestamps to sections of interest. And while you're there, don't forget to do these things too. It only takes a second, but it really helps the channel and it lets me know you want more big, stompy robot content. Now, saddle up, buttercups, and let's get going. A Cunning Decoy is a 2-drop high reward questline. The employer is Avalon Shipping, and these guys are aligned with House Davian, so if you're on good terms with House Davian, you should be on good terms with these guys as well. So we will be targeting the local pirate factions in the shipping route conflict zone, which is in Davian space. So drop number 1 will be in the lovely and scenic Barstow system, and the follow-up mission will be in Listwell, which is just a couple of jumps away in the same conflict zone. Both of these drops will be 230-ton limits, warzone scenarios with a difficulty of 36. And in addition to the salvage and C-bills that you always negotiate for each drop, we will also get a bonus of 1,250,000 C-bills along with 450 reputation points and some decent 3-tier equipment when we complete both drops. So I'd say the strategy here is pretty simple. You drop with your best 230-ton lance and start farming. For both these drops, I'll go with the Crusader 3D. This is the Federated Suns variant, and it trades a bit of firepower for better heat management, and I think it's a good trade-off. So we're running max armor with 2 SRM6s, 2 SRM4s, and 2 short burst medium lasers for pest control, flyers, turrets, tanks. So I'm going to tell you right up front, this is a beast of a mech that can chew through most medium mechs in only 2 or 3 shots. And my only real complaint is that it carries so much of its awesome firepower in the arms. Because of that, I would probably still have to rank this mech below the Archer 2S as my favorite SRM brawler, since that mech carries its firepower in the torso. I'd also be reluctant to give this mech to the AI for fear of it being disarmed too often. Still, the Crusader 3D runs much cooler than the Archer 2S from what I can remember, and I haven't lost an arm on the Crusader yet, so it might do fine. The bottom line here is that if you like brawling with missiles, or just like missiles at all, the Crusader is worth a look, and it definitely has a place on my list of Commander's mechs, along with the Kintaro and Archer, anytime I'm planning on doing some CQC. And since I almost never drop in anything bigger than a heavy, I expect to use this one quite a bit. So we'll also be using 2 Centurions. One is set up with an AC-10 and an SRM-6. This is basically the same build I used for the first part of the game. And then we have a new Centurion set up for fire support with an AC-5 and an LRM-10. It'll be interesting to see which build does better when we check the boards. So the Shadowhawk is a mech that I just don't have a lot of personal experience with. But it's fast, and it brings a lot of firepower to bear, and it carries most of it in the torso. And those are all good things. So we're going to be using a medium rifle here instead of an autocannon. As I've mentioned in the past, the plus side for rifles is that they're much lower weight and they are much higher damage than autocannons. But on the downside, they have a lower rate of fire and they produce more heat. so it'll be interesting to see how this build does. I'm afraid it's going to need more cooling to be productive.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Raiders known as Jessup's Avengers patrol this system as if they're the ones running this space. As such, they're likely to pounce on any sign of activity from Avalon shipping. They're probably thinking that they can pick apart the convoy's low-level security detail. But unfortunately for them, they're going to run into you. Stay sharp, Mech Warriors. Allied Command reports enemy movement is projected to hit your location at any moment. Time to earn our pay.
Target acquired.
Those aren't friendly. Enemies spotted. I got it!
Destroyed.
Looks like you've got their attention. I'm showing multiple hostiles incoming on your position.
New target, Vindicator. Target acquired.
Lance, on my tango.
We've got your target, Commander.
New target, Centurion.
Lance, on my tango.
Target received. Engaging.
enemies inbound. They really are gunning for you, Commander. Watch out.
Sensors detecting enemy mechs.
New target, Hunchback. Target acquired.
Oh yeah, it's on my tango.
Shared targets identified.
Skull unit has a visual on mercenary scum.
Line target eliminated.
Target acquired. Target destroyed.
Yeah!
Enemy mech forces spotted operating in the area. Watch out for them. Right on cue. VTOL on approach.
Target acquired.
Tango down.
Target destroyed. Target destroyed. New target, Dervish.
Oh yeah, it's on my tango.
Target acquired.
Oh yeah, it's on my tango.
You heard the commander. Take the target.
Target destroyed.
Enemy mech eliminated.
Target acquired. Target acquired.
Oh yeah, it's on my tango.
Priority target received. Enemy mech eliminated.
New target, Crab. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Incoming missile.
Enemy destroyed.
Oh yeah, it's form on me.
Following your lead.
Target acquired.
hostiles entering the combat zone's perimeter. Brace for additional contacts.
Lance, form on me.
Moving to your 6, Commander. Enemy mech.
Lance, form on me.
Follow the commander.
Target acquired.
Lance, form on me.
Moving into formation, Commander.
Target acquired.
Lance, form on me.
Pulling in behind you.
Target
Move
acquired.
in on them and take them down.
Component damage critical. Need assistance.
Enemy mech down.
Target destroyed.
Additional hostiles have been dispatched. They're heading your way. It's hard not to smile when dealing out this sort of karmic justice. I'm sure Jessup's Avengers will think twice before running a raid on what they think is a harmless supply convoy.
Contact.
So there at the end, I screwed up a bit. I'm tired of waiting, and my plan is just to head to the evac and go. Unfortunately, just about the time I jump down in that trench, the bad guys decide to drop a couple of more Hunchbacks. By the time I realize that they're going to get to us before we can get to the dropship, the Centurions are already engaging. So we managed to take them out pretty quickly, but not before one of the Centurions loses an arm with an AC-10 attached. So we did get to salvage both of those Hunchbacks, so, I guess in the end we came out ahead. But I think this time I'm going to rebuild the Centurion with an LRM-10 and an AC-5, and we'll see if it holds up better operating at longer ranges. I'd say the Crusader definitely did well. For an SRM brawler, it works as good or better than the Archer. The 3D variant does seem to run cooler than your typical Archer as well, because I was able to spam SRM-10 salvos just about as fast as the missile racks could cycle, and I didn't really run into any heat issues at all. So the jury is still out on the Shadowhawk. We'll just have to watch it on the next drop. So part 2 of this questline is identical to part 1. So the pirates are drawn to the area with false information about a big score. When they show up, we pop out and shoot them real hard until they explode. Then we get cash and prizes. For this drop, we'll go with the same lineup we used last time, except we'll swap in the Hunchback 4H for the broken Centurion. Hunchbacks make great AI mechs with most of their firepower in the torso. They're cheaper to run than mechs that carry expensive weapon systems in the arms. I'm looking at you, Centurion.
Attention. Prepare for battle mech departure. Warning. Hangar doors opening. Stand clear.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems nominal.
Our employers have intentionally leaked some coordinates out across this region, pretending that a large unguarded shipment is going to be coming through. The hope is that any pirates looking for a score will head to the location, where you will lay in wait.
This map.
Detected your presence, Commander. I'm seeing multiple tangos on scope converging on your current position.
Show map. Close map.
Mech spotted.
I got eyes on hostile meat bags headed our way.
That intersects with your position.
New target, Javelin.
One of our assigned targets is flying in.
About to go crit.
Target destroyed.
Pow! One down.
Destroyed. Target acquired.
Our employer wants this area cleared of all tanks.
Target destroyed.
Scopes are lighting up with additional bogies, Commander.
Trebuchet. Target acquired.
Lance, form on me.
Forming on the commander.
Crow's nest. Mercenary forces on
Target
approach.
acquired.
Lance, on my tango.
Lost wants us on that target. Enemy mech destroyed.
Target Rifleman. Target destroyed. Target acquired.
Mech scrapped.
Destroyed.
Additional bogies setting an intercept course on your position.
New target Vindicator. Target acquired.
Lance, on my tango.
Wilco. Focusing fire.
Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target acquired. Target destroyed. New target Griffin.
Lance, on my tango.
We're on it, boss.
Here they come. Take these bastards down and let them rot in their metal boxes.
Target destroyed.
To your targets, Commander.
Incoming missile. Target acquired. Target destroyed. Target destroyed.
Resistance is pulling in more hostiles from the surrounding area.
Target acquired.
All right, it looks like you've done plenty of damage. Feel free to pull back whenever you see fit.
So that wasn't too bad. We'll take the Rifleman and see what we can do with it. Checking the scoreboard, it looks like everyone, including the Shadowhawk, is contributing. And now all we have to do is claim our completion reward. Not too bad at all for a couple of Warzone drops we were probably going to do anyway. And that'll do it for this episode, so until next time...
You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation. You will now be released from manual control. Mr. Dextra thanks you for your cooperation.